Hello my dear friends, today we are going to start history GS module for general study for IAS or UPSC, and definitely we will start history optional as well as very soon according to given schedule on my portal of Career Plus. And definitely we will start test series also for upcoming exams for UPSC or BPSC or UPPCS. Okay, so without wastage of time, we are going to start history. And what do you mean by history? Definitely from zero. Definitely from initial phase of study of history. Okay. So now the term for what do you mean by history? Definitely, if I will ask to you what about history, definitely you will say the past story is called history. But now this definition is not adequate for preparation like UPSC or IAS exam. So we should have a very broad idea and exclusive idea about history. What is the purpose of history? Why we are studying history? And how we can say history is also a science subject. So history in different time period or ages we have to comparative study, comparative study about four areas: political, social, economic and cultural areas. Regarding what? Regarding development changes and continuity is called history. In fact, we are studying in history four areas, mainly four areas: political, social, economic and cultural areas. Regarding what? About three things. What? About development, changes and continuity. And this type of comparative study we have to emphasize on comparative study is called history. Just we are going to start the explanation. What about the areas, and what about three types of actually result we are looking for in this comparative study. Okay, so actually, as for example, actually every time period or in every system there are four areas ही होते ही हैं: political, social, economic and cultural areas. Okay, ये चार एरिया ही होते ही हमेशा, और we have to study in the comparative study in different time period or ages. We have to study about what? To find out the development, to find out about the changes, to find out the continuity in the area of political, social, economic and cultural areas in different time period or ages. Just for example, if we have chosen political area and we have selected two different time period like ancient period and modern period, okay, and we can observe almost in ancient India monarchy was going on. In ancient India or ancient world, monarchy was going on. What do you mean by monarchy? Rajtantra. And now in the modern period we are living in what? We are living in democracy or loktantra or prajatantra. So after comparative study we found the evidence of changes. We have found the evidence of changes monarchy to democracy in political area. Okay, in the same way now we are going to find out about the development. Definitely we will discuss social later. First of all, we have chosen economic area, and we have chosen two different time period: Vedic period and Maurya period. Up to Maurya period we have findings about, we have evidences about barter system in the economic phase, economic area. We have account about what? Barter system was going on in Vedic period or up to Vedic period. But from the beginning of Maurya dynasty or Maurya period, we found accurate information about existence of currency system or coinage system or mudra pranali. Okay, so barter system in economic area, barter system, what do you mean by barter system? Goods exchange system. Goods exchange system, मैंने तुमको मिल्क दिया, तुमसे मैंने वाटर लिया. This type of exchange, goods exchange system is called barter system. And up to Vedic period, barter system was going on. but from Maurya dynasty we found very accurate and authentic information about currency system or coinage system. So it is a type of what? Development, economic development. Economic development. Evidence of finding of economic development. Development. Now the term for cultural areas. In cultural areas we found different type of changes or continuity. And as for example, in this topic or in this area, I mean to say cultural areas, we have chosen the example of what? We have chosen the example of marriage. Marriage is very, very important part of our culture. And in the cultural area or regarding marriage, in the early Vedic age, as you know, Vedic period divided in two parts, early Vedic and latter Vedic. And you should know it, the Brahma Vivah was most popular marriage, or the only Brahma Vivah was the marriage which was going on in early Vedic age. But we found the examples of or the findings of 8 type of marriages: Brahm Vivah, Dev Vivah, Ars Vivah, Prajapati Vivah, Gandharv Vivah, Asur Vivah, Rakshas Vivah, Pisach Vivah. So 8 type of marriages we found in cultural area of latter Vedic or after latter Vedic age. So about the information of one type of marriage in early Vedic, but from latter Vedic age we found the evidences of 8 type of marriages. It is also a type of what? After comparative study, actually we found the example of changes in cultural area as well as. So we found the example of what? Changes. 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 And देखो रिगार्डिंग क्या था? रिगार्डिंग, okay. So we found the example of what? Changes even in cultural areas. Now we are looking for the example of what? We are looking the example of continuity. ठीक है, ये कंटिन्यूटी का एग्जाम्पल हम लोग ढूंढते हैं. एंड इन विच एरिया? डेफिनेटली इन द सोशल एरिया. जो ये सोशल एरिया रह गया, तो सोशल एरिया, इन द सोशल एरिया एक ऐसा एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं जो हमेशा हॉट केक बना हुआ रहता है. विमेन कंडीशन. विमेन कंडीशन इज वेरी हॉट केक, कह सकते हैं कि बहुत बड़ा एकदम हॉट केक एग्जाम्पल है. तो मैरिजेस, आई मीन सॉरी, विमेन कंडीशन, अबाउट विमेन कंडीशन इन द अर्ली वैदिक एज, हम लोग कौन सा एग्जाम्पल ढूंढ रहे हैं? एग्जाम्पल ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी. और कौन सा एरिया रह गया है डिस्कस करना? तो सोशल एरिया. डेफिनेटली वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ, डेफिनेटली different topics of social area, but अभी जो हम लोग ढूंढ रहे थे उसके लिए से एक बहुत जो इम्पोर्टेंट एरिया है वो है विमेन कंडीशन, ठीक है। एंड इन द विमेन कंडीशन इन द early Vedic age, women condition was so good. Okay, how we can say the women condition was so good in early Vedic age? Because the women were having political rights, socio-religious rights, educational rights, every type of rights in the early Vedic age. How we can say they were having educational rights? I mean to say in the early Vedic age the women were having educational rights. How we can say that? Because we have a lot of examples of female scholars like Viswara, Pala, Lopa, Mudra, Ghosha. So many female scholars discussed or described in the Vedic age. It means they were having educational rights. बिना पढ़े तो विदुषी नहीं हो सकती कोई. So definitely they were having educational rights, and they were also participating in every type of social and religious activities with men. वो without the participation of women, without the participation of wife, no one worship activities or yajna would be committed or completed definitely without the participation of women. It means the women were having social importance and religious importance as well as. जब तक पत्नियां शामिल नहीं होती थी यज्ञ में तब तक वह यज्ञ संपूर्ण पूर्ण नहीं माना जाता था. It means they were having socio-religious importance, socio-religious rights, and the women were also participating in what? Sabha and Samiti. There were two important political institutions, and the women were participating in Sabha and Samiti. In the early Vedic age, women were participating in Sabha and Samiti. It means the women were also having what? Political rights. It means women condition was so good in early Vedic age. But we found decline of women from later Vedic age. How we can say that? Definitely polygamy, atrocities on women, ignorance of women, different type of rights are snatched by, or definitely women rights discriminated from later Vedic age. What was the prime reason? Definitely so many reasons behind it. I mean to say behind the decline of women. But what was the prime reason? कहा गया कि सबसे प्राइम रीजन क्या था? तो डेफिनेटली द प्राइम रीजन वाज polygamy. What do you mean by polygamy or monogamy? As you know, in the early Vedic age, monogamy was going on. In the early Vedic age, monogamy means single marriage system. And the one more than, I mean to say one more than one woman. If you are marrying with more than one woman, it is called polygamy. In the early Vedic age, monogamy was going on. If you are having one wife, definitely you are giving a lot of affection, a lot of love, a lot of respect, a lot of attention, a lot of affection to your wife. But you are having more than one wife, definitely if you are having 10 wives, definitely अब क्या होता है, यहाँ से ignorance of women शुरू हो जाता है. If you are having one wife, you are saying you are my dharkan, you are my सांस, you are my everything. लेकिन ये दिल एक ही के साथ रहना चाहता है. तो एक से 10 अगर पत्नियां हो गई तो 8-9 पत्नियां क्या हो जाएंगी, इग्नोर हो जाएंगी. And the story of decline of women started from latter Vedic age, after the starting of polygamy, after the frequency of polygamy, बहुविवाह. जब तक एकल विवाह था, सिंगल मैरिज सिस्टम था, मोनोगेमी था, तो women condition was so good. But after the starting of polygamy or frequency of polygamy, definitely the condition of women definitely declined. And now we are living in 21st century AD. And you should know it. Now we are living in 21st century AD, and we are still discussing about women empowerment. It means women empowerment couldn't took place as yet. That's why we are talking about women empowerment. महिलाओं को सशक्त करने की बात क्यों होती है? क्योंकि महिलाएं अभी तक empowered, सशक्त नहीं हैं, इसलिए. It means women condition are still miserable, still bad. That's why we are talking about what? The women empowerment, female feticide, and डॉरी सिस्टम. ये सब अभी तक डिस्कस करना होता है, अभी तक उसके अगेंस्ट में हमें स्टेप्स लेने होते हैं. इट मीन्स महिलाओं की दशा, वेमेन कंडीशन अभी तक खराब है. इट मीन्स वेमेन कंडीशन जो बैड शुरू होना हुआ, कब से शुरू? लैटर वैदिक एज से. नाउ वी आर लिविंग इन 21st सेंचुरी इन मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड. अभी तक विमेन कंडीशन खराब है. सो इट इज कॉल्ड व्हाट? कंटिन्यूटी, है ना? इसी को कहते हैं कंटिन्यूटी. ठीक है. तो यहां पे क्या पता चल रहा है? अब तुम्हें समझ में आ गया होगा कि व्हाट अबाउट हिस्ट्री इन डिफरेंट टाइम पीरियड और एजेस. We have to comparative study about 4 areas: political, social, economic and cultural areas regarding development, changes and continuity. Comparative study is called history. ठीक है. यानी इन एक्चुअली क्या है कि इन 4 क्षेत्रों में, है ना, इन 4 एरियाज में हम इन 3 बातों का जो विशेष ज्ञान हासिल करते हैं, इसीलिए इसको विज्ञान भी कहते हैं. वी हैव टू स्टडी particularly 4 areas regarding 3 specific topics: development, changes and continuity. That's why it is also called, but history is also called science. Okay. So it is the idea for the study of history and about the history. Now the term for another part of historiography, division of history on the basis of what अभी बताता हूँ. History divided in 3 parts. मैं अगर पूछूं कि how many part or history divided in how many parts, definitely you will tell me ancient, medieval, modern. But it is the division of syllabus, not the division of history. Actually, what is the difference between history and novel? हिस्ट्री और उपन्यास में क्या अंतर है? सो डेफिनेटली एक्चुअली नॉवेल और उपन्यास वो क्या हो सकते हैं? मे बी इमेजिनरी, imagination, may be based on imagination, but you should know it, history is real documents. How and why? History is real documents because history prepared on the basis of evidences, or you can say on the basis of authentic sources. And that's why history divided into three parts. History divided into 3 parts on the basis of evidences. 3 parts. Number 1, prehistoric, protohistoric, and number 3, historic. Prehistoric, protohistoric and historic. Now the term for what about prehistoric? Prehistoric age किसको कहते हैं? First of all, you have to know about the sources, because this division took place on the basis of evidences or sources. So you should know about the sources. There are two types of evidences or sources in history. Archaeological evidence, archaeological evidence and written evidence. Written evidence. Archaeological evidence and written evidence. Archaeological evidence and written evidence. Actually, many sources suggested that there are three types of sources, or there are three types of evidences: archaeological evidences, written evidences, and foreigners' accounts or foreign accounts. But I assimilated third one in the written evidences. जो फॉरेनर्स के जो अकाउंट्स हैं या जो ये विदेशी यात्रियों के जो डिस्क्रिप्शंस हैं, वो भी तो एक तरह से रिटन एविडेंसेस ही तो हैं. So definitely, according to me or according to many historians, mainly there are two types of evidences: archaeological evidences and written or literary evidences. Okay, what do you mean by archaeological evidences? In fact, archaeological evidences means physically available. The evidences which are physically available, whether it is on the surface or under the surface, चाहे वो जमीन के ऊपर हो या जमीन के नीचे से निकाले गए हों. As for example, on the surface, so many historical evidences. I'll just like Qutub Minar, Red Fort, Jama Mosque, Taj Mahal. These are also called archaeological evidences, or the contemporary inscriptions of Ashoka or edicts of Ashoka, also related to archaeological evidences. या हम जमीन के अंदर से जो भी एक्सकवेशन में निकालते हैं, फ्रॉम वेयर, फ्रॉम अंडर द, फ्रॉम द बीनीथ द सरफेस, जो सरफेस के नीचे से भी जो निकालेंगे एक्सकवेशन में, लाइक ओल्ड आइडल्स, कॉइन्स और अदर हिस्टोरिकल एंटीक्स और हिस्टोरिकल गुड्स, डेफिनेटली जो भी खुदाई से भी निकालते हैं, एक्सकवेशन से निकालते हैं, दीज आर द एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंसेस. ओके, जो भी पुराने तत्व के रूप में है, पुरातात्विक स्रोत कहते हैं उसको, उसी को इंग्लिश में क्या कहते हैं? आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंसेस. I mean to say, the evidences we found by excavation or already existing on the surface, just like Red Fort, Jama Mosque, Qutub Minar, etc. जो भी पुराने तत्व के रूप में मौजूद हैं, चाहे जमीन के ऊपर या जमीन के नीचे, all these type of which is physically available, जो भी भौतिक रूप में उपस्थित है, मौजूद है, उपलब्ध है, अवेलेबल है. ओके, सो द आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंसेस which are available in physical form. What about written evidences? what about written evidences? Which the evidences available in, अब कहेंगे कि ये लो, ये है रिटन एविडेंस, ये तो रिटन एविडेंस है, ये तो दाग है, दाग, और दाग अच्छे हैं कि बुरे हैं कौन बताएगा? सर्फ एक्सेल. But this is not the written evidence. In fact, the evidence which is written in script, जो भी स्क्रिप्ट में लिखा हुआ है, लिपि में लिखा हुआ है, लिपिबद्ध है, it is called written evidence. And what about a script? A script means क्या होता है? किसको स्क्रिप्ट कहते हैं? The symbol which can be capable to express any language. The symbol or the symbols capable to express any language called script, and which is written in a script called written evidence. ओके, जैसे कि हमने लिखा ए पेन है ना, ए बॉल, ए पेन, ये सिंबल क्या बता रहा है? कौन सा लैंग्वेज एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है? इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. इफ वी आर राइटिंग क ख, definitely these symbols are expressing what? Hindi language. So the symbol or the symbols capable to express any language or languages called a script, and which is written in a script is called written evidence, which is written in a script. Okay. Now the term for prehistoric. What do you mean by prehistoric? अब प्रीहिस्टोरिक किसको कहते हैं? सो देख लो, प्रीहिस्टोरिक, the evidence is actually the period, the time period in which time period we have, or the for the study of which time period we have adequate archaeological evidences. We have archaeological evidences, I mean to say archaeological evidences are available. Archaeological evidences are available. Archaeological evidences are available. But written evidences are not available. Not available. Archaeological evidences are available. For the study of which period archaeological evidences are available, but written evidences are not available, called prehistoric age, the first part of history. But what about proto-historic age? Definitely you are very much familiar with the two types of evidences in history. So इसको मैं थोड़ा ब्रीफ में शॉर्ट में यहाँ लिख देता हूँ. Archaeological evidences and written evidences. What about proto-historic age? In which period we have for the study of history of which period we have archaeological evidences and we have also written evidences, but written evidences are not clear. मैं इसको पूरा भी लिख देता हूँ कि archaeology in the proto-historic age, for the study of this period we have adequate archaeological evidences available and written evidence not clear. Available but not clear. As for example, we have adequate we have findings of a script of Harappa, but we are not able to decode it as yet. अभी तक हम उसको decode नहीं कर पाए. We are not able to read it. In this condition, the written evidences of Harappa is not clear. In this condition, this time period of history actually belongs to proto-historic age. Okay? And now, the term of, I mean to say, एक चीज जो हमें और बताना है, the examples of prehistoric age, in which period or for the study of which period we have archaeological evidences but we don't have written evidences, called prehistoric age, and the example of prehistoric age is Stone Age. Stone Age belongs to, यहाँ से क्वेश्चन आपका सॉल्व होना शुरू होता है. Stone Age belongs to prehistoric age. Entire Stone Age, entire Lithic age, Lith means stone. Stone Age belongs to prehistoric age. And why this Stone Age is called Stone Age? Because they didn't have any metal. They were using only stone and nothing but a stone. Because they didn't have any metal, they were using a stone made arms and tools, and even living in the natural shelter of, or natural center made by, definitely किस तरह से, made by stones. The natural shelters were caves of stones. ठीक है. तो they were using only stone, that's why this age is called stone age, and a stone age belongs to prehistoric age. And जैसा कि मैंने कहा, protohistoric age, archaeological evidences are available, written evidences are available but not clear. An example is Harappa age. Harappa age. Harappa age. Harappa age belongs to protohistoric age. Protohistoric age. And everyone knows that historic age actually started from Buddha age. Buddha age. Buddha age or 600 BC. ठीक है, बुद्ध काल से शुरू होता है हिस्टोरिक एज, थर्ड पार्ट ऑफ हिस्ट्री. देन व्हाट अबाउट वैदिक एज? वैदिक एज फिर कहाँ गया? सो you should know it. Vedic age also related to protohistoric age. Stone is related to prehistoric age, Harappa and Vedic related to protohistoric age, and Buddha, from the Buddha age, definitely starting of historic age. Definitely you have, definitely आप क्या सोच रहे होगे? Why Vedic age related to protohistoric age? Vedic age related to protohistoric age? Definitely you are thinking about the Vedas, that we have written Vedas, Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Yajur Ved, Athar Ved. Then why Vedic age related to protohistoric age? Actually, when the age of Vedic going on, everything was in oral form or verbal form. Orally और verbally जब ये टाइम पीरियड गुजर रहा था, तो उस समय सब कुछ का जो भी आर्यंस के द्वारा या वेदों के द्वारा या मेंटोर्स के द्वारा जो नॉलेज ट्रांसफर किया जाता था ओरली और वर्बली. सो डेफिनेटली ऑल टेक्स्ट्स रिलेटेड टू वेदास प्रॉपरली scripted after Buddha age and firmly in the Gupta period, that was a golden period of Sanskrit. All Vedas, Brahman, Aranyaka, Upanishad, all these Vedic texts properly scripted and finalized in Gupta period, in the historic period. But when the Vedic period was going on, everything was orally or verbally. That's why Vedic age also related to proto-historic age. Mind it. Everything was going on orally or verbally. गुरु जी जो है वो जब पढ़ाते थे तो एक्चुअली कब एडमिशन होता था? इनरोलमेंट इन द एज ऑफ 8 years. आफ्टर द कंप्लीशन ऑफ 8 years उनका एडमिशन होता था आफ्टर उपनयन संस्कार, वो गुरुकुल में जाते थे इन द एज ऑफ 8 years. And what about the completion of education? In the age of 25 years. Means 8 years to 25 years means time span of 17 years. If we are saying before you, जैन बद्धो बलि राजा दानवेंद्रो महाबला जैन त्वानि प्रतिपदनामि रक्षा माचल माचले विद्या ददाति विनयम विनयम ददाति पात्रताम पात्रताम धनमापनोति ततः सुखम. If I am talking before you in this manner, orally or verbally, continuously for 17 years, definitely आपको याद हो जाएगा. राइट? तो 17 साल तक मैं अगर इस तरह से बोलता रहूं तो तुम्हें याद हो जाएगा. सो डेफिनेटली द टेक्निक ऑफ ट्रांसफरिंग एजुकेशन ओरली और वर्बली, जो कंप्लीट कर लेता था वन वेद कॉल्ड वेदी, who completed one Ved called Vedi, who completed 2 Vedas called Dvivedi, who completed 3 semesters, 3 Vedas called Trivedi, who completed all 4 semesters or 4 Vedas called Chaturvedi. अगर तुम्हें कोई द्विवेदी मिले तो तुम उसको कह सकते हो कि तुम्हारा 2 सेमेस्टर रह रहा है. So definitely the source of communication, source of education was oral or verbal in this time period, and that's why Vedic age belongs to proto-historic age. Now the term for historic. तो हिस्टोरिक में देख लो कि सेम कंटेंट्स की बात होगी कि आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंस, लॉजिकल एविडेंस available, written evidences are also available, and clear definitely means available, both types of available. Archaeological evidences are available, written evidences are available, definitely also clear भी है. So these are the contents related to historiography written in your book very exclusively with many pages, but we have summarized it. We have created zip file on one page, all about what about the history is divided in how many parts, what about the sources or the evidences of history, how many types of evidences in history, and the division of history, what about the division of history, prehistoric, protohistoric and historic. And what about prehistoric, what about protohistoric, what about historic age? All these things actually we have compiled on one page. And with proper evidence, examples, which age related to which period. which part of history related to which part of history. Very clear, I mean to say very crystal clear. And even you can create zip file also. अगर मैं इसको ऐसे लिख दूं, prehistoric, prehistoric archaeological evidence available and written, not available. And what about proto-historic age? Proto-historic archaeological evidence available and written, not clear. NC लिख सकते हैं. And what about historic age? Archaeological evidence available and written is also available. जो आपके बुक में 26-25 पेजेस में है वो एक पेज में आ गया. एंड नाउ इन वन ब्लॉक और इससे भी छोटा हो सकता है. चिप में अगर हम इसको यूं लिख दें, अवेलेबल, not available, available, not clear, and available. Actually, just I want to teach you about the technique कि हम किस तरह से बहुत सारे कंटेंट्स को हम समराइज कर सकते हैं, उसको जिप फाइल बना सकते हैं या चिप में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. सो these are the contents about earlier part of history, and it is also very useful for question point of view and for the better understanding about the history. So God bless you. We will give you another topic from next class. I will teach you about the prehistoric age. Definitely we will start prehistoric age with Stone Age, and I will teach you entire Stone Age, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic age with proper division, with proper chronology, with proper characteristics and the development of arms and tools and important places as well as. Okay. So God bless you. Take care.